Happy New Year, we're making wontons. I'm gonna make wonton soup, but we need to make the wontons first. These are your ingredients. We're gonna do ground pork. We've got some ginger. I minced that up. We've got 4 cloves of garlic, an egg, some green onions and carrots that I've chopped up really fine, a little bit of brown sugar, some white pepper, some oyster sauce, some sesame oil, some soy sauce, and I have Worcestershire sauce. You know what I'm talking about. But I'm not using her. I don't know why I pulled her out. We're gonna mix all of these ingredients into a bowl. Soy sauce is salty, so you've got to be careful with salt when you're working with soy sauce, but always add a little bit of salt to your food. Always add as much seasoning as you possibly can think of adding to anything that you eat. That's my advice. So I put the egg, ginger, and meat in here. Now I'm gonna put some garlic in here. And then we're gonna add the carrot and onion. Paper plates for the win. I'm gonna put just about that much oyster sauce. I don't know the measurements. I just flavor with love. This is sesame oil. Sesame oil is really strong. Be careful with it. So we're just gonna do, sesame oil is amazing, but it's very strong, so be careful. That's why it comes out so slow. And we're gonna be heavy with the soy. We're gonna add some white pepper. And don't be stingy with the white pepper. Now I'm just gonna do 1 spoonful of brown sugar in here. You can also use like white sugar. You can use honey. You can use agave, whatever you want. Just sweeten it up just a tad. Now glove up, because you want to mix this up with your hands. There's no better way to do it. But I advise gloves, especially if you have fingernails. You just don't want pork hanging out in your nails all day. Now grind this up really good until it's nice and mixed. Okay, before we roll the wontons, we're gonna get started on this broth. I like to use onion, garlic, and ginger. Make sure you mash up your garlic so you get the aromatics of it really well. So you want to get some oil in your pot that you're going to make the broth in, and you're going to sizzle these for a minute, okay? Then we're going to add the chicken stock. Hold, please. Let your oil get hot. Later we're going to make fried egg rolls as well, and hopefully we'll make that video sometime today. Now we're going to add in this ginger, garlic, and white onion. Aromatic. Because you've got garlic in here, you do not want to set this and let it burn on fire, because your garlic will burn and that whole thing's going to taste like crap. So after you first start smelling that first fresh whiff, that's loud, isn't it, of aromatics, you want to go ahead and add your chicken stock. It's probably like 8, 10. I don't know. I'm going to use, this was halfway full, and now I'm going to use a whole other one. So maybe just 2 of these. Add some soy sauce, rice vinegar, not too much. A sprinkle of sesame oil. That's enough. Now when I get started on the wontons, I like to go ahead and pull these apart and set them out on a clean surface. We're letting that on the stove continue to cook and cook down those onions and get all the flavor out of the onions, garlic, and ginger, so we can make that stock, and then we'll drain it before we put the wontons in it. Get you a spoon and scoop out about that much. Now I get a little bowl of water, and wonton wrappers are super easy to seal. So you want to go with your finger, get it wet, and go all around the edges. And then you take it over and you close it. Seal it. Once you've sealed it like this, you want to take your finger and wet these 2 sides And then you want to bring it in and seal it like this. See? Just like that. Now look, these, I'm gonna make all of them because I wanna freeze some of them. These are super easy to freeze. And then all you have to do is make your stock and you have wonton soup, or you can fry these. You can do all kinds of things with these. Air fryer, fry them in oil, boil them, or put them in a wonton soup. The hardest part and the longest part of this is rolling these. So if you go ahead and roll a bunch and freeze them, you have them on demand. If you have a husband hanging around somewhere, ask him to go ahead and drain the stock for you. Or a wife. Wash, clean, and chop up some bok choy. Make sure your stock is back at boiling. Remember, the husband drained it, so all the aromatics got thrown away, and we now just have a stock. Once you get up to a soft boil, you want to start taking your wontons and placing them in here. You're going to know they're done because they're going to start floating. Do a little tap on any of them that might be getting stuck on the bottom. Last step is to add your bok choy. You don't want to add that too soon because you don't want to cook it for like 2 minutes. Bon appetit.